Hey, darlings. How y'all doing this morning? Good morning. How y'all doing this morning? This is the day that the Lord has made. We shall and will rejoice and be glad therein. You tuned in to Lady D, the truth seeker, just hollering in at y'all, talking for 2.2 seconds or however long the Lord released me to talk to y'all. Okay? Okay. So, I've been thinking about all the stuff that's going on in the world. And I'm like, God, what do you want me to do about this stuff? All I can do is pray. Pray for folk and pray that things turn out for the good. You know, because see what had happened was I scrolled and I kind of sort of maybe looked at the news, like, and looked at, some footage, because I like to research, and look up, check out stuff that I know, and, just check out stuff, right? And I ran across a video where a young lady, an elderly couple in New York, was excited about housing asylum seekers. Oh, when did it come in? I need to change the sheets. How many is coming in? What? The what the hell? Then, I picked up my phone and I ran across something that was very questionable, you know. Um, to my Holy Ghost and, to my natural mind. So I'm gonna let you listen. I'm Antonio. I teach people how to buy their first rental property. And yeah, it's a little disturbing because
70, the nays are 29. The bill as amended passes.
Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Could we please have some order? Today we witnessed one of the most historic and consequential bills to have ever passed the Senate. It's certainly been years, perhaps decades, since the Senate passed a bill that so greatly impacts not just our national security, not just the security of our allies, but the security of Western democracy.
this says that the Senate passes a $95.3 billion aid package for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. Now, darlings, that was about an hour ago when I saw it. So, for why are we why? And you babies, sweet, loving, darling sugar lumps, that's housing. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all for helping others. I've done it all of my life. Ask my children if you knew what it was. Uh, so that's not my discrepancy. My discrepancy is when. Let me read this amendment to y'all first. Because you already know that they've been slunging, making money, and creating numbers in the computer. As long as they've been creating numbers in the computer to fund and house all these folk, okay? All these other elements with your tax dollars. The Third Amendment says that you can consent on your own, but the government cannot force you to shelter soldiers in your home. If the country is at war and a soldier needs a place to stay, they are only allowed to rest at your house if you say it's okay. Now, why did I read that? Because, unfortunately, we've confused asylum seekers with straight up terrorists, straight up infiltration of your own house. And how do I get them to house these terrorists? Well, we call them sane asylums, asylum seekers, migrants, we call them whatever we call them. Then we give them, the rights that the American people should have, the accommodations that the American people should have, the resources that American people should have. And by the way, y'all know where I live at, and I still ain't got not one, not two, not now one of them stimuluses y'all sent out there when y'all sent them out there. So I need y'all to send me that while y'all trying to worry about taking care of all the things, all of that, all them folk. Okay? Now, darlings, the Third Amendment states that you don't have to house anyone in your home. Now, I'm going to ask y'all to go to God. Ask God to give you the Holy Ghost. Okay? Before you decide to, just offer up your services in a room, 3 hots and a cot for some terrorists that eventually will be in position, because remind you, they still haven't found those guns. They don't know where the guns are that we sent to Ukraine over there, and along with a lot of other stuff, but we just talking about the guns right now. Yet at the same time, they want to disarm America and Americans. So, let's have this shooting, that shooting, this shooting, that shooting, this shooting, have this discrepancy, that, all this stuff going on, so that we could come after the 2A. Because we already came after the 1A, because, only certain people could talk on social media, And the ones that speaking truth, they're, you know how they do us. And especially the ones that speaking truth to power, how they do us. Okay? So I'm coming in love, walking by myself. You can look for me, but don't call the road till I get there. Listen, the Lord is coming. Okay? He sure is. He sure is. And he sees what's going on. He just desires that the people see what's going on and govern themselves accordingly to counterattack what's going on. Because what's going on is going on. There is an all-out infiltration of American soil going on. These squandering, these asylum seekers are known criminals, darling. Yeah, they know how to act and all of that. Like a lot of y'all. Just saying. but they know how to play their role. And then some of them aren't even playing their roles no more. Because I saw the other day where this dude just pushed his girl down the doggone subway in New York and just slung her down the stairs. And the people just looking at it like, what the hell just happened? Y'all, they walking around being disrespectful as hell to the American people. But they want y'all to feel sorry, you know, because they seeking, asylum seekers. They want you to be, oh, come on to my house, oh. And your neighbor been down the street since they been your neighbor, and you ain't never, I'm just saying. People in your family in need and wanting, and has stuff going on, but But yay, let's get the asylum seekers. Let me know how that's gonna turn out for you, darling. Cause see, how do we infiltrate the people's houses? How do we get our people, our men on the inside of their houses? How do we do that? We do that by playing on the emotions, because they need housing. They're getting put out of this one and that place and this place and that place. And then you got some that'll purchase, buildings to house them. And some don't even know about the big plan. And the big plan is the government pays you to house these people. Okay. They're paying you to house what's going to infiltrate your house. So you all go ahead and do that. I'm going to stay in my peace zone and where the Lord placed me at in my spirit, and all of this, niceness, and I'm going to stay in my zone. I just came to let y'all know that you don't have to house anyone, darling. That's a rabbit hole that you don't want to go down. Humbly. So that's all I got for you right now. I got to go, but I love y'all. Don't be playing around with them doggone folk now. Let them government do what they gonna do, because they slung them over here. So clearly they got a plan, but don't drop your 1A, your 2A, your 3A. Don't drop none of them A's. And I'm telling y'all focus on that 3A. They gonna be coming. And they coming when they coming. And it's a lot of stuff, a whole lot of stuff that's coming behind it, but we covered in the blood now, darlings. Now don't get it twisted. I ain't telling you this to, hey, you're feeling some type of way and you ain't got no protection. Because if you love Jesus and you got Jesus, then you got all the protection that you need, baby. So I got to go. You tune in to Lady D, the Truth Seeker. One love.